Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio.
Production.
7 Mile Radio.
What up, y'all, and welcome to Equally Not. This is another one of those Mondays where we coming to bring y'all the hottest talk. First, I want to give a shout out to 7 Mile Radio for giving us this power hour to make it happen for y'all. I am DL Collins, your host, along with my beautiful co-host, Profound E.
What it do, y'all?
I know y'all missed us because, people been, where y'all at? Where y'all at?
People been bugging me about y'all. I'm like, what the hell? Where they at? I don't know where they at.
I just had to take a small little break, getting my health together. When the seasons change, my body kind of do a shutdown. So for the past couple of weeks, I've been a little powered down on top of just being busy. So shit. Yeah. I do want to give y'all some updates on some stuff that we doing before we get started on the topic.
Get the flyer. Let me see if I can find the flyer. I know it's coming.
I do have a new group on Facebook. It's called Manifest with Me. And so if you know anything about me and my new journey, I'm really helping people get to the point of manifesting their life the way they would like to see it. So definitely go and like that page. There's some great information on there, teach you how to meditate and all of those things. As well, I am, and my advice is no longer free, guys. So, so now I do have a link where you can schedule appointments to speak to me for 45 minutes. That is on the Manifest for Me page as well. So definitely, if you want to get some insight, some mindset sessions going on, definitely click that link. Also, November the 6th, I will be speaking at the business seminar. Lisa and Tamika is hosting another awesome event November the 6th. Their keynote speaker is Kwame Kilpatrick. There's a lot of dope speakers that'll be there. You got Shannon Rucker with Bad Crush. You got Fly Ty Hunter with the fashion design. You got Sheila Shops, who's getting you together with your gear, with your clothes, with getting you together for interviews, red carpets, whatever it is that you want to be styled for. She'll be styling a few people there at the event. You got, of course, Tamika Stewart. She's going to talk about some business building. You got some people talking about how you can get your group homes. A young lady has 8 group homes. You have a boutique owner who's hit over 6 figures and ready to help you learn how you get your online boutique going. I mean, it's just a lot going on at this event. I'm super excited about this event. I get totally nervous when it comes to speaking in front of crowds, but for some reason, once I get it and once I get to talking, then you guys keep me motivated and excited. So I'm excited to give you all some mindset coaching that day as well. So if you haven't already, please purchase your tickets. The tickets for general admission is only $150. Only $150 for all of this great information. You cannot beat that. VIP use $250. And you get a plethora of things. So definitely, if you haven't already, get your tickets. If you need more information, reach out to me, reach out to Lisa or any of the speakers, Tamika or any of the other speakers that will be available on that day. Dope event. I'm excited. I want to say,
don't you, January 6th, 7th, something like that as well?
January the 7th through the 9th. January the 7th through the 9th, we're doing a CEO business retreat. So this thing here, this is listen, the CEO business retreat, that thing is gonna be so amazing. We have some dope teachers coming to teach you how to create your social media platform, how to get that business going on, how to be confident in your business, how to apply for grants and be successful in that thing. You got oh my gosh, that doggone retreat, that's so awesome. Like, I'm excited for that thing. That's January the 7th through the 9th. That's $8.99. Only $8.99, and that includes your boarding. That includes your 5-star meals. It also includes a plethora of packets that you would take home and learn from after the event. That thing is gonna be dope, and for that we're accepting Afterpay. So Afterpay, if you're looking to pay in full, or if you're looking to get those those installments, we're definitely accepting Afterpay for that event. So dope. Yeah. I don't know why I wasn't thinking about that one. I think that, that's now that, man, that's going to be dope. And I also want to say, I'm taking up too much time and I apologize. But for me, this business building, this entrepreneurial thing is so dope, and there's so many things that we're offering you all for a fraction of the cost that you're going to get from people who are not even I don't want to say approachable, but there's a lot of coaches out here, and there's a lot of people who's giving these events, and these events are up in the upper thousands, right?
You can't just walk up to these people and get this information.
Right. You can't just you can't have these 101s. You can't talk to these people afterwards, and they're giving you this information, and they're doing no follow-ups at all. If you want these follow-ups, you have to pay these people. So the information that we're providing for you all, the information that we're giving you all, this information, the cost is freaking damn near free. So get on it while you can, because if you wait, then you waited too long, right? So after all that and me saying all that, today's topic is boundaries, right? Deal breakers, relationship deal breakers. I'm sorry, y'all.
She would pick the whole other topic.
I was like, damn, what day we on?
Same thing, deal breakers, relationship deal breakers, whether it's in your relationship, your personal relationship, your business relationship, or your marriage. What's friendships? Yeah, what's some deal breakers?
Everything.
Yeah, family relationships. What's a deal breaker for you? What are some deal breakers for you? I want to start off by asking about relationship deal breakers, right? Because for me, I think I broke all of my own rules when it came to relationship deal breakers. I thought I came in with a lot of deal breakers in my relationships. I'm like, I had some stuff that I'm like, absolutely not. I would not accept this. And then I ended up, accepting it and marrying a woman who I accepted them from. So,
When she like, why you have to say it like that and shit?
Well, I'm just saying, so have you ever
Already married, fool.
No, I'm saying in the relationship first. In the relationship, I had a lot of things that were deal breakers for me,
I guess.
right? And I didn't even adhere to those things. It was like you was doing stuff, you was breaking the rules left and right.
Rules?
Yeah, my deal breaker rules. My rules where I was like, it's a deal breaker for me.
Yep, stay throwing shade.
You know what? Now come on.
I'm gonna calling her Palm. What's up, Palm?
I'm just saying that's the truth. There was a lot of things in my relationships that I was like, I could never. And then get in this relationship, and it was things, and I'm like, well, I mean, I guess,
Well, maybe as a good thing, a good point. Like it was good things about you that made her overlook the red flags.
She just had some suckers before. She ain't had nobody stand their ground. Like, girl, bye.
I tried to clean it up.
You tried to clean it. It ain't work. Girl, bye. No.
I don't know if it was that. No, girl, bye or nothing like that. I'm just saying,
I think some of your before rules are just crazy anyway. So
maybe I was
overdoing it.
Yeah, like the kids would say, ODing it.
Yeah, ODing it for real.
Yeah, so and I think the older you get and start to realize that some things are just things that you have to accept, right? And so just so happened, and once we got into a relationship, I was at that point of accepting certain things.
Because you know my famous words.
What?
But do it yourself.
I don't think it had nothing to do with me having a.
I don't know. I don't know what rules you're talking about. You had so many before. I wouldn't know.
Yeah. Really, you want to know some of the deal breakers that I
No.
would have said in a relationship?
No.
Okay. So
Say don't matter now.
Like, ain't no someone to bringing up
Ain't
old
no,
shit.
ain't no old shit. You know what they
Sense
say?
of bringing up old
Ain't
shit.
no point in bringing up old shit because evidently that shit didn't last.
yeah. So what's some deal breakers for you though? And what's some deal breakers for you in a marriage?
Abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse,
Mm.
verbal abuse, and having outside babies. Mm-mm.
Well, that wouldn't. Well, for you and I,
That's just their period.
Oh, okay.
That's just their period. Ain't went nowhere. It ain't going nowhere.
Oh, I was about to say. I was about to say. I don't think.
I know you can't make no babies, but don't be promising no bitch no
Oh.
babies either on the outside, girl. You can have my baby. Yeah, you can have my baby.
That's
Y'all
okay.
vote yes on proposal 3 because she gonna need it. Tell somebody. Tell them die.
Like Harper said, "Mommy, why you got babies in your belly?"
Yeah.
I'm like, Harper, I ain't got no babies in this belly. Bobby's belly just big.
Mama, you belly hurt because you got a baby? No. And where did you learn that from?
That's so hilarious. Yeah. So okay. So you said abuse, any form of abuse in a marriage, and then of course no outside babies. We don't have to
We don't
worry
have to worry
about
about
that,
that,
right? And so
I
those
mean, I
are
don't
the
know.
only.
You might be out here promising bitch a baby. I don't know.
So are those the only things? Those are only. Hey, Taj, what's going on? What about deal breakers in friendship?
Oh man, that backstabbing.
Okay.
That backstabbing. It's like I could probably forgive you once, especially if it's something. I mean, to me, backstabbing in a friendship is big anyway. But I can probably forgive you once, and then know how to move. But then it's like,
I
you?
forgive, but I don't forget.
yeah, and then I kind of don't have all my trust in you no more. You get what I'm saying?
You ain't
It's
gonna
like,
get put back in that same spot
yeah,
again, and I'm
yeah, I
allow
would
you to
never
do me
give.
again.
Yeah, I would never. Even though my wife gonna be like, you gotta forgive. I'm gonna forgive, but I'm just not going to forget. So I know how to handle you from now on.
So what would you consider? What would you consider? What would you consider backstabbing or backdooring? Because and a lot of and let's try to be a little transparent about it, right? Because a lot of times,
okay, I do transparent. Even like when me and you separated for a second, how many of my friends came to you with bullshit?
You still friends with those people though?
But I'm friends, but am I friendly?
I don't know.
Right.
That's the thing.
You don't see them, do you?
Well,
I'll talk to you.
Okay.
I have
You're still
conversation with you.
cordial.
I'm cordial.
Okay.
But I will never let you back in that circle anymore because, first of all, some of the shit you said was bullshit. I don't even know where that came from. But if you're my friend and you were my friend prior to my wife and I, what the hell? What are you doing?
Right. So how do you think that? Because for me, I feel like when you're in a relationship for so long and the friends of your mate become your friend,
Which is true.
how do you start to separate? Like, how do you start to
How do you navigate that?
right? How do you navigate that? Like, why would you be mad if your friend, because they're now my friend?
But what are you what you room for us to fail? If you're a friend of both of ours, you should be rooting for us to succeed. And then you go and tell him I made lies. You ain't my friend.
Right.
That's just like if your best friend came to tell me, oh, yep, she had a girl on the side. What? That's not your friend.
Yeah.
So I could see if you were rooting for both of us to get back together, and you're like, oh, she didn't mean it, or she didn't mean it, or y'all.
But do you feel like they stuck in the middle? Like, I've come to really care for you as a friend too,
yeah,
and
but
so
stuck in the middle don't mean going lie.
Yeah.
It depends on if what was told was the truth or the lie.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, if it was the
Yeah.
truth, right?
But it wasn't no truth to none of it. None of it. So it was just like, where the hell did that come from? So then I look at you as a jealous, envious person. So you're no longer a friend.
The backstabber.
Okay.
You're no longer a friend.
Cause for me, I kind of would look at it like, and then I'm not even talking about our situation. I'm talking about in general. If I became friends with one of my friends' spouses, I kind of learn how to separate the two. Yeah, and I kind of and
just like we have plenty of friends that have separated, and we're still friends with their mates because they introduced us. So it's like, but I dare not to go back to the mate and telling my friend's business. I'm not that person. I know how to be your friend without involving this person.
Yeah, and I say that because I was in a situation to whereas I was in the middle. I was friends with both people. Now, one of the people I grew up with, the other one I introduced to. I'm the reason why they were together,
yes,
right? Mm-hmm. And so I'm friends with both, and so I'm hearing both sides, and so I'm telling both sides, like, whatever I feel.
But you're not backdooring though. You're not down in one to the other. Or
no, but I'm
saying probably not lying either.
Right, you're not lying. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Because I am saying, well, if you did catch this, then maybe you should do A, B, and C. And to the other, if this is how you feel, then you should do.
Yeah, but you're not throwing the other person up under the bus.
You're not being a tool of division.
Yeah, you're not trying to keep them apart. You're trying to put them together.
Right.
Yeah.
Position that you were in.
Okay.
Taj said deal breakers in friendships: messing with somebody I dealt with. Talking shit behind my back, not being supportive, being mentally draining. It's a lot. I don't mind cutting people off. That's easy for me. Yep,
Nicole
me
Jones
too.
on my page said lies, just lying.
Yeah. For me,
See?
I mean, in a friendship, that's a deal breaker for me too. Lies, right? Because I mean, I can pretty much get past a lot of things, but when you tell one lie, lead to another. I don't know if y'all remember that commercial when we was kids, right? When you tell one lie, lead to another, and you don't know anyone's true self when all they know how to do is lie. Like when are you telling the truth? Like
habitual lie.
Yeah, I don't even know, because if you tell me one lie, right, I'm questioning every other thing. I'm questioning everything else. So a friendship can't possibly blossom through or last through something like that, like lies. Like a lot of people don't take that as serious as they should.
Tay Sosa said, your loyalty should lie with the person you knew first. That's one. And when you go to my mate saying stuff bad, that's backdooring. And she also said, and also being way too clingy is a deal breaker.
You know what? That thing for me, that way too clingy, that's a deal breaker for me too. Now, I don't care what, I clingy as a friend, all that. No, I'm not. That's a deal. That's a deal breaker for me. Right? Like, I don't care about the eye rolling or none of that. You know that I mean, even in marriage, being too clingy, that's a deal. And I'm a Cancer, and people be like, cancers are clingy. Cancer. No, baby. No, I don't know what cancers y'all dealing with, because this one right here.
That's because she on the cusp of being a damn Gemini.
Geminis are clingy. Geminis are clingy.
And
right?
bipolar.
Right. So I mean, that don't have nothing to do with me. I'm just not a clingy or bipolar at all. It's not
Cancer.
It's not. I'm not gonna be. I'm not gonna.
You're right on the cusp of being a Gemini. Like, you are not the normal Cancer. My mother and father are Cancers, and they're both just affectionate and my wife is not affectionate.
You can't make a blanket statement about any group of people.
A lot of Cancers I know are affectionate.
Right, you can't make a blanket statement
about it. They're all that way.
A lot of Cancers are affectionate. It's just
I don't know. I don't agree. I don't agree. A lot of people that I know, that I speak to, and they be like, "Oh, you're a Cancer too," and they like, the same. Pretty much, we have those same attributes, but you can't.
Ted Sosa said, "My mate is a Cancer. He's affectionate but never clingy."
Right,
I
exactly.
guess there's a line. There is a difference.
There is
There's
a
line.
difference.
Most
Right, there is a
most
difference.
cancers I know are very affectionate.
But see, you know what I said? I had a conversation about this on one of the shows, and I said that the difference
That's right,
between
Taj, they
affectionate and clingy is being with someone and how they receive your affection.
Exactly.
Because the thing about it is, if you are with someone and you're affectionate and they're not,
That's the truth.
if you're affectionate with your mate and they're not, they will perceive it as clingy.
Exactly.
But if they are affectionate as well, then they just perceive it as affection.
Right. And not only that, there's different
she
ways to
perceives
be
me as
affectionate, right? There's different ways to be affectionate, right? And not clingy.
You see all these people on here saying that they're affectionate and you're not?
Right. Affection is completely different from being clingy. Affectionate can be in many ways. When I'm gifting you with things, I'm being affectionate. When I cook for you, I'm being affectionate. When I want to sit and watch a movie with you, I'm being
everybody's
affectionate.
love language is different. That's the
problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Everybody's
So
love
my
language is
affection,
different.
I am extremely affectionate and romantic, right? But you wouldn't perceive that if you're clingy. You wouldn't receive my affection if you're clingy. My wife would rather me be clingy, holdy hands.
I don't want her to
That's
be
what I was
clingy.
about to say. Touchy feely is more what you what
but
talking
see,
about
I'm not.
touchy.
I don't want her
Lay
to
up.
always be like that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I don't mind laying on your, let me lay on your shoulder without you like.
your love language is touch, and your love language is gift giving.
Exactly.
Type
That's
shit.
exactly
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
That is what it is.
Yeah, and so
So anytime she go in
And
for
y'all just have to know and understand each other. So
right, like I understand.
I have to deal with this.
Like I understand hers, but she don't understand mine. Right?
I understand it.
Like,
I'm just an affectionate person.
Like understand when I say, I'm not a kissy person, but then on those times I'll be like, give me a kiss, right?
I don't show
Take
I don't show no appreciation of it. I just hurry up and do it because she like never mind real quick. So
you a damn lie.
don't sit there lie.
You a damn lie.
I'm like, "Ooh," if I do anything like that, I just hurry up and get it before
Yeah,
she
'cause
change her
don't
mind.
be sitting up
see?
there acting
see?
like
But she
this-
just said I was a damn lie.
I'm just saying,
Now,
don't
who was
get
telling the truth on that one? See?
what I'm saying is don't get geek behind it. Like, I'm like, if we sitting there, I'm like, give me a
calm
kiss.
down. I'm here. I'm
Yeah,
yours and shit.
right.
There's nothing to be excited about, right?
That-
Like I'm here. and shit,
Yes, right, exactly. That's exactly it. Like, you know what? Don't worry about it. Forget
I'm
it.
so glad for our 4-year-old.
But you
He's
should,
so
you should,
affectionate
but you should be
towards
glad
me.
that you have someone who's that excited about receiving
Yeah.
accept. You know what I mean? So on
Yeah.
the flip side of it, there's always a silver lining.
It is, and
Keep
but
lying.
I keep getting my gifts.
Well, too, mine comes from trauma too, though. The reason why I don't like to be kissy. You know what I'm saying? I'm traumatized.
That ain't got nothing to do with me, though.
Damn.
I'm
She say I'm traumatized.
She
I
is,
did
but
get
that ain't got nothing to do with me. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
But
she
you can't,
still-
you can't
she-
deal
she-
with people. You
It
can't.
does have something to do with you. You know what it does?
And when
What-
I
you
meet,
know what it has to
and
do
when
with
I
you?
finally meet the person, I'm smacking the shit out of him.
You have a
That's it.
mate
He
that's
on my
that way. So
Facebook
that's
page.
what
Is
it
he?
has to
Oh,
do.
I'm kicking his ass. Let me see.
Yes,
Let me
I
find
talk
him.
about him all the time. Johnny
Oh, shit.
House. Johnny
Like she
House.
gonna get the searching.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna smack the hell out of Johnny House when I finally see him. You the reason why I can't get no kisses. Pow, right in the throat.
Johnny gave me the worst kiss ever. I mean, tongue was hard and down my throat like never before. And then it was on my nose and everything,
So all
right?
you smell was
So
spit
all you
afterward.
smell was spit. Yeah, that was horrible. And I was a kid. I was about in the 8th grade. So I mean, ever since then, I'm like, do your slob stink? Cause I can't.
But you know when I do get my affections when she drunk.
Yeah.
Nah, that's like
Drunk mind speaks sober
but
thoughts.
see,
Now.
this is how everybody, all our friends and stuff, know when she's drunk. Because if she go to kissing my hand or kissing my cheek, they be like, "Oh, yep, she drunk." We just know. We just know. That's a sign right there. If she
Yeah.
get to kissing my hand, she gonna be like, "Oh, yep, she's drunk."
Yep. Yeah,
She ain't argue with you either. She
No,
like, yep.
no.
That's true.
Yeah, because everybody be like, oh, yep,
Yep.
deal drunk. Yeah,
So
I'm super affectionate when I've been drinking. That's true.
And I don't want to turn her into an alcoholic, but I wouldn't mind if she drink every day. I wouldn't mind, hey. Just saying.
Well, it takes a lot for me to, when you drink and, you kind of loosen up a little bit too. You know, you don't think about you. Well, for me, I'm not in my thoughts 24. You know what I'm saying? 24/7. Like I said, that was really a traumatizing situation for me. So if I'm going in for the kiss, or if I feel like I want to kiss, and then even though I know that it's not gonna be a sloppy
Tell
toppy.
Tulsa, go to bed. Aren't you supposed to be watching
What
your
she
brother?
say?
Why you supposed to be watching your brother?
She said
better
y'all too old.
So
for
we
that.
too old for that anyway. Go to bed.
Girl, we just not in our prime.
They just starting. They just getting
Yeah,
started.
just
getting
getting
started.
started. Just getting started. You
Mike,
better watch
what's your
out
deal
now.
breakers in a relationship?
Oh man, you know, the typical lying, you know what I'm saying, type shit. You know, I just have more personality. I want to say deal breakers than I would say, because I don't like to put people in a box and say, well, I don't like person to do this, and like then you start to sound superficial, right? And then like you said, like it's always somebody that'll come along and change your mind about certain things, right?
Yeah.
I may say I like pork chops, macaroni, and broccoli, but then when meatloaf and mashed potatoes walk up the block, I might say I don't like meatloaf and mashed potatoes. So so it's just really so personality things, or like when I meet somebody, it's three things: like your look, your lifestyle, and your personality. You have to be at least a certain percentage of all of these things for me to, you know, consider you on the radar. You know, what I mean? So you ain't. If you can have the look and the lifestyle, but your personality can throw me completely off.
Yeah,
shit, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
That's more so how I gauge it, as opposed to just individual
yeah.
things. So yeah.
But what if
can
you
go
were
through-
already in a relationship though? Like if you were already in a relationship, maybe 3 or 4 years in.
I mean, you know, the typical shit, like, you know, cheating, you know what I'm saying, getting pregnant, something like that, lying on me, lying about something that you know that I wouldn't be, that I wouldn't go for, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be in this relationship if you had told me the truth about shit like that. You know?
Yeah.
So, stuff like that, like covering up stuff. Not,
Yeah,
you know,
okay,
keeping
covering
secrets.
up, keeping secrets.
Per se.
That's a good one, too.
You know what I mean? Yeah, keep it secret. That can cover a lot of things, right?
Yeah,
there. Secrets, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So
You know, yeah.
Taj said in a marriage or friendship, my kid's #1 deal breaker.
Yeah, you know what? And let me tell you something about that though, too, Taj. You know, it takes a lot with that. You know, with bringing people into your life, and you already have kids, friends, or partners, right? It's a lot of work. It takes a lot of work to, you know, navigate that thing, get that thing just right. Because it was so many times when Elaine and I got together, and it was so many times that I would have, because I thought that way too. Like, my kids are my #1, and there will be nothing. They'll always be first. So anything, you know, to jeopardize that or jeopardize the relationship that I'm building with my children, because I want for my kids to always trust in me and be able to come to me for anything. And so that was a deal breaker for me. And then, you know, Elaine and I got in this relationship, and for a minute, her and my children did not see eye to eye. And it was simply because of the way that I parented, and her, you know, we came from two different backgrounds, and we saw things completely different. That took a lot of work. And it was that's one of those things where, you know, we were going to end it, right? And it was just like, you know, if you can't accept, you know, this and that and the other, then, you know, I don't see you being able to be around my kids, because here's the thing: you can't say that you love me and treat my children a certain type of way, or look at my children a certain type of way, or feel a certain way about my children, right? You have to love my kids as much as you love me, if not more, right? And so it took a lot of navigating and, you know, learning and, you know, talking, and even when the communication got overwhelming and overpowering, we still found a way to kind of work through that and get through that thing, and get all of us, you know, together. But if it would have been the old me, and that's why I say that's one of those things, and why I say that, you know, a lot of my deal breakers in the beginning became something that I was able to navigate through. You know, moving forward 9 years later, you know, we still, you know, making it happen, and it's on and popping, right? So, and the kids, they were able to adjust. It was an adjustment for everybody, right? Because once you bring in all of these different personalities in, all of these different ways of living, it becomes complicated,
and hectic sometimes.
right? And hectic, right? And so you gotta take yourself out of your own way of thinking and start to listen more and get it right and learn,
Step outside of yourself
Yeah,
and
yeah.
listen and look from other people's perspectives.
yes,
And
absolutely.
then understanding all of those different people and how
Absolutely.
they
Or
may be,
take
especially if
from
you are one
each
of
other.
the elders, one of the older people in the house or the situation. You have to be the overseer.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying, of the situation.
You gotta take from each other.
Yeah.
You gotta take from each other.
Yeah.
Okay, well maybe let's not do it this way, but I understand what you're saying, so let's try it this way. It was a lot of give and take in that situation.
A lot of sacrifice.
A lot.
And,
Yeah. A lot, because keep in mind, you dealing with kids too. The kids are involved, and so the kids looking at you as their protector, and you're their keeper. And so they want you to, they looking at you like, why you not, protecting me? Why is this person still here, right? Because kids, let me say this. Kids are sensitive when you're bringing other parties into it. If it's not their parent, if it's not their other parent, then they're automatically, when you come in, looking at the other person a certain type of way. So they're waiting for a mistake. They're waiting for something to happen. They're waiting for that thing to whereas the other person don't like them or looking at them a certain way or not loving them like their parent is loving them. And so they automatically have a preconceived notion of how this thing is going to go, right? And so once they see one thing and they come to you and they say, the person on the outside come and say, hey, well, I think you need to reprimand your child because they did A, B, and C. And then your child is looking like, you going to let her tell?
We were just talking about this on another show, how some people expect you to check your child in front of them.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And then
Yes.
you don't know. That may be a false thing that they may be lying on your child, right?
Yes.
And now they got your child looking at you like, damn, like you betrayed me.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You ain't even listen, you ain't even give me a voice, ain't give me a chance to speak my piece, and now
Yes.
I'm already criminalized. I'm already punished
Yes.
because of what this person said. Now I'm looking at you like you ain't. I don't respect you now.
Exactly. Exactly. That's the biggest thing. Like, you can't betray your kids' trust, right? Because they trust you. You are their protector. And so I'm not, and that was a huge thing for me. Like, I'm not gonna reprimand my kids in front of nobody. You tell me something, I'll pull them to the side. We'll have a conversation. It may not be with you how you want it to be. You may want to be gratified by seeing that thing, but I'm not gonna do that because my kids are my priority. I'm their protector, right? And so I have to keep them safe at all times. And like you said, what if it was a thing of, that person is being dishonest?
I'll say this too. You have to know your child too.
That part.
Because if I tell you your
know
child
what your
did
child is
something and your
capable
child
of.
fixed their mouth to say, oh, I wouldn't dare do that. You know your child.
Right.
You know your
that
child,
part too,
and you
yeah.
can't always say the child was on the right side.
Not all.
You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of relationships that end that way because it's like, okay, you get what I'm saying? Like, there's no win for win situation. And,
Right.
And I mean, it was times like I felt like that with her. Like, I'm just gonna leave her alone because at this moment, I'm not gonna keep going back and forth about a kid.
Right.
If I'm telling you A, B, C, D, and you taking like, oh, well, no, it's just a kid thing, and to me, it's not a kid thing. It's making me feel a certain type of way. Then that should be something that's discussed as well, not in front of the kid. You know what I'm saying?
Right, never in
And
front
not
of
in
the
front of
kid.
the kid.
Yeah.
Right, and
Right.
never
That's
in
the big
front of the
Right.
kid. But I think that was our thing. She wanted it to be in front of the kid. She wanted me to pull
I
the
was
kid.
raised,
don't put kids in
but see,
grown
I
folks'
was
business.
raised. I was raised
Exactly.
to
And so
apologize
here's
when
the
I
thing-
did wrong.
And so
That was my thing. I was raised to apologize when I did something wrong. So when I felt like if I'm telling your child did A, B, C, D, E, and you said, well, I already reprimanded them, and I didn't get an apology, it's like, well, what the hell just happened? Did you really say something?
Did you? Yeah.
And that's
Right.
how I was feeling because I was raised to apologize. If I did something wrong, I had to apologize to let them know, okay, I
So
was
that'll be
wrong.
an indicator to you if the parent believes what you're saying is actually true,
True.
or not. If
Yeah,
you
'cause
even,
it's like-
if you even
Like, because it just
made
went
the
on
child
like
apologize. It's like I don't expect you to whoop the child.
Child in
or
front-
beat it.
yeah.
But at least if you feel like if you are convinced that your child was wrong, at least I should have that respect as an adult
thought
to get
to
an apology.
I'm sorry.
Right, but I
I
don't
shouldn't have
think-
done A, B,
yeah,
C, or
I don't think that there's ever been a time where, you know, it wasn't an apology. I just think that the way that the apology happened, or, you know, if I call, you know, her in the room afterwards and it's an apology, an attempt to apologize, then it becomes a thing of a back and forth between a kid and an adult. And that's not why I'm bringing you in this space. I'm bringing you in this space after I've had a conversation with my child. I'm bringing you in the space so that you can have for the
can all
aftermath,
have closure.
so that we can all have closure. But instead, because she was in her feelings, it's like I don't want to. Right, I don't want to have closure.
She was insulted. She wanted.
Yeah.
She wanted to feel
But
as
why
if
did you
she
yeah.
administered the punishment.
Exactly.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
why did you have to do, or why, or and that's not what I called you in here for. I called you in here because this over.
We're
We've
an
had
adult.
a
We're adults.
Exactly. And
And
so
we have
now,
something to talk about. It's not about going back and forth about this problem.
yeah. 'Cause
Exactly,
To me,
exactly.
I mean, she said it wasn't an apology, but I feel like it was never real apologies. Not like a real. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have. It was more of a conversation about the situation, so that was considered the apology.
I'm
Right,
sorry.
right.
That, I'm sorry that you're offended. Not I'm sorry that it happened.
Yeah.
Well,
basically.
not
it
even
wasn't
a,
a,
I'm sorry that
I shouldn't
that
have done it. You right. I was wrong, or in that manner.
Yeah,
It was
because-
more of a tell her why it was done. It
Right,
wasn't
or
an
what-
apology.
Now I need an explanation on top. We need to expound, unpack.
No,
the
it
onion.
was just like a
And that was unnecessary.
right. It
At
wasn't.
that
It wasn't
stage.
a
and then it wouldn't
apology.
even be an
Yeah.
explanation.
It wasn't an
because it'll be
explanation, it was
things
just a-
like it'll be things like, you know, kids, girls, you know, they are girls. They'll take lipstick, they'll take nail polish, they'll take perfume, they'll take underwear, you know, cute little lingerie,
Right.
all of these little things that little girls do coming up that they see that their mother's looking pretty in. They take, you know, hair stuff, all of these things. And so I'm telling her, well, shit, I remember taking my mama's eye mascara and her little stuff and trying to hurry up and put it back. And I'm going through this for a very long time. These is shit. My daughter Taylor has been prissy all her life. She go to school in one outfit and be walking around in the hall with fucking the whole nother outfit on, right? I catch her in fantasy boots. I come up to the school. She's 6 years old, walking around the school in some fucking fantasy boots.
People's
So-
hair. She done took people's ponytails.
Ponytail weaves.
We
right.
ponytail and be in school with them all.
Yes, and be in school
Like
walking
she
around
don't she don't have older siblings that go to school with her.
Yes, and so this is just things that used to happen, and so when she would get
She
get
said
a hold,
chill. She said chill.
when she would get a hold to Elaine's things, I would try to explain to Elaine, like, you know, this is what kids do. She like, well, I was the only child. I get it, and I wasn't, and I'm not raising only children, so this is what it is. So yeah, I would get Taylor to the side and be like, why would you? Didn't I tell you about touching her stuff? That don't belong to you. And I say what I have to say to her. And then I bring Elaine in, and Elaine automatically, because she's perturbed, her hands on her hips, she looking at Taylor up and down in disgust, you know, and so and so she's not ready to receive the apology. She's not ready to receive the reprimand. She's just ready to be like, and why would you do? And I told you to stay the fuck out of my stuff, and and I'm not doing that with my kid, right?
Yeah, because she never saw it as a problem. She said that's what kids do.
Right.
That was
exactly.
always her reason. That's what
Right.
kids do. And I'm like,
Right.
well, what age do we stop doing because kids do?
Never.
Because I'm
And
like,
then-
what
and
age do
then-
you stop saying that's what kids do?
Never, because even still today, they take my hats, they take my shoes, they take my. So it's never a thing.
I
of
told
it.
you put itching powder in your shit a long time ago. That shit would have stopped right
never
there. Yeah,
ends. It never ends.
What
you
happened
know.
when you grab your shit and it's itching powder?
You just gotta mark it so you know which one not to use.
Just doing too much. Just
Don't
wear-
put your
just wear
socks
the
on.
hat,
Just wear the
goddamn it.
hat. Just wear the
No,
hat.
because then
right?
she get the cousin, where is my shit? And then she tells me, you done lost all my socks. No, correction. I didn't lose your socks. Your kids took your socks. Don't do
Yeah.
that because she blames me because I wash everything. So it's like, I can't find nothing. That's what we not about to do. That's
Yeah.
what we not about to
So
do.
it
And then
never
2 months later,
ends.
we come down the stairs. Oh, them socks look familiar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I get blamed for the shit that
Oh,
I
them
did not
socks
do.
look familiar. Oh, I remember looking for that hat
That
3 months
t-shirt.
ago. Oh, when did you get that T-shirt? You know, and so
I
that's
been had this T-shirt. Remember you
Yeah.
put it? No, I don't remember. I put it nowhere.
Yeah, so it never gets old. It never stops. It's always just what it is. And so I think I'm a little more open-minded when it comes to,
So
you
with
know,
deal breakers with kids, what's a deal breaker to break off a relationship with your child?
Damn.
whoa.
Whoa.
What's a deal breaker? Because we talked about friendship, we talked about relationship, we talked about marriage. What's a deal breaker to break off with your kid?
You know what? I would never break off a relationship with my kids ever, right? I don't have, and that's just me because for me that's the only unconditional love that I have, right? So that's the only unconditional. But everything else that I love is with conditions, right? Because you know, like we said, you know, there's deal breakers to relationships, there's deal breakers to marriages, there's deal breakers to business relationships.
There is
there's
a deal breaker with kids.
For me,
What if
it's
you tried to kill me? I got to break it off. You tried to kill me.
I wouldn't though. You try to kill me.
Just die then, because at that point, because they're gonna try it again.
I'm going to figure out. I'm gonna figure out how, what.
You're gonna be figuring it out through a glass window, because that's where you're gonna see them at, because they're going to go to jail.
And that's fine. And I would still want them to be rehabilitated. I would still want.
Yeah,
to
you
figure
can
out
want
if
them to be rehabilitated,
Yeah,
but
and I
I
would
don't
sti-
have to be around you with your rehabilitation. That would be just like, I would be in fear for my. You get what I'm saying? Like, because what makes me think that you're not going to do it again?
Yeah, but what did you do to them to whereas they
So,
felt?
what
it
about these motherfuckers out
necessary?
here killing their parents for insurance money? They ain't did nothing. They just had an insurance policy.
Well, that's because parents are talking way too much to their kids, giving their
We
kids
talk
way
about
too much
grown
information.
kids too, though. You gotta tell your
still-
grown kids,
no,
hey,
you
there's an
don't.
insurance policy.
No,
If
you
something
don't.
happens
My
to
mother
me,
didn't tell me. My mother didn't tell me.
our oldest son know about our policy.
No, he don't. No, he don't. He don't know the logistics of a policy. He don't know.
He don't know how much
just know
it
that
is,
there's
but
a
he,
policy,
yes,
but-
he does.
Right, but he
He
don't know the
does.
logistics. It's not like I'm going around like, yeah, I got.
Well, yeah, no, I'm not saying he knows the amount, but he knows
and
there's a
typically-
policy.
Right, but
But what
typically-
about all these people who are out here literally killing their parents for policies?
Right, but that's because the parents are being too.
How do you know that?
That's just like me telling you the full amount of the policy that I have on myself, or you know what I'm saying. That's something that I wouldn't even disclose to you, right? Because of those reasons. Like, I'm not out here telling nobody the extent of what I have on myself, right? It's just not something that you do.
It ain't their business.
Right.
It's not their
It's
business.
not.
But okay, what about
But
the
of
twins that
course-
killed their mama?
Yeah, I know about
You get what I'm
the
saying?
Chicago rapper that killed his mama.
Right.
What about
yeah.
old boy, the grown? He was grown. He was almost 30, and she went to pick him up from the party, and he shot her in the back head on the freeway not too long ago.
But that wasn't
one
for
on-
money though.
it
That
was-
was he was psychologically. There was something psychologically wrong. Here's my thing: when your
Or the mother and the
child,
daughter on the west side a couple of weeks
that
ago.
was stabbing each other.
yeah, right. That's what I'm saying.
But I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying. They already know that there's an issue. That they already know that there's a problem, right? And you're not getting to the problem. You're not getting to the problem. I understand, just like the guy who got killed by the police, and the mother was saying she had been trying and trying
Yeah.
and trying and trying, and she didn't give up, right? She just was
Right.
trying and trying and trying, and even though she was unable to successfully render him any type of aid, she just was still rallying for her child, right? And I'm gonna do that until the end, because at the end
You
of the day,
supposed to.
yes,
You're supposed
and
to.
if your child get to a point where they're trying to kill you, that doesn't mean that you have to
Now, come
sever
on
the
now.
relationship.
We have watched Snapped enough. We
Okay,
have watched Snapped.
Snapped is
We
not
have
about-
watched when the girls' boyfriends talked them into killing their mamas.
Yes.
She doesn't want you to date me, honey. let's run away together, or I'll kill her for you.
Right.
Those are forgiving moments too.
Because I believe so.
Girl.
Yes, I believe so because keep in mind, young girls are not when they're in love. It's that chemical in your brain.
Yeah.
That film in your brain that
It
covers
ain't no
your
chemical in no film in
It
my brain
is.
enough to say you gonna kill my mama.
It is the
And I'm gonna love you
chemical.
still.
And I'm still gonna love you.
But
It ain't
yes,
nothing
it
in my brain
is.
for you to say. I don't care how many people my mama told me, no, I could not date. No, I could not go. Don't you mention killing my mama. Because now I got to kill you. So I done protected my mama because I'm killing you. There is certain things that you
Tosh.
could. What did Tosh say? Oh.
Those are kids that need professional help, and some of the parents are in denial
Yes.
about their kids needing help.
Exactly.
And,
I
some,
agree.
and I'll say that some kids are just fucking spoiled.
No,
Yeah, some kids are just fucked up and spoiled. Just
Right.
Y'all
But
stop.
here's-
Y'all stop avoiding the situation because yes, there are kids with mental illnesses. Correct, but there are some
And
badass fucking kids that
but
don't
guess
like the
what?
word no.
And even still, your mother knows. Your parents know. Even if your kids are super spoiled, and you know, because it's not
But
gonna
like
be a
we said,
thing
some
of
parents are in denial.
right.
Some parents they don't hold themselves accountable.
Right.
For the issues that they've created in their children.
Right,
Because
I
you done
agree.
told little Johnny
I
no
agree,
10
but-
times.
but
tell him
listen.
yes 10 times, and the one first time you tell him no, now he ready to go get your rifle and blow
But
your
it's
damn
not.
head
But
off.
here's the thing. It's never the first time I'm gonna be ready to blow your head off. That's not the truth,
Look at
right?
that shit.
What's the truth is the signs are there.
Yeah, it
At-
snowballs. And
yeah,
just
yeah,
happens.
But
it's
that's the first time it could have been a broken window because you told him no.
Right,
The second
and so
time-
at that
the
point-
second-
Signs. You're seeing the
but
signs of
but
the.
right,
Right.
but-
So
right.
you're seeing the
I'm gonna break
signs.
something in the house. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Okay, now little Johnny's about to kill you.
I'm
'cause
shooting
you,
squirrels, right?
Right.
Shit like that.
I
They're-
didn't, I didn't push
But-
my brother down the steps because you told me no. You see it, signs.
Right.
But
and so at that moment, you need to step in and be accountable for
created
what
it.
you created and try to resolve the issue. Now, if the kid try to kill you moving forward, that's your thing.
I'ma love you from a distance. You ain't about to fucking kill me in my goddamn sleep because I told you no, you can't go to the skating party tomorrow night. That's not what the fuck is about to happen. That's not what the fuck is about to happen. And you not about to go meet little thug Jizzle and he be like, fuck your mama. We can take care. No, that's not about to happen.
Well,
It's-
you gotta.
it's
you
not
gotta
gonna
know.
happen.
You have to know. A lot of people don't know their kids. A lot of people don't know their kids' friends. A lot of people don't. You know, when you see these things on Snap,
When I
and
be
on,
watching them shows,
and,
that'd be real.
that is
Mom
real.
never saw it coming. That's exactly what
You
they
want
say.
to know why mom never?
That's exactly what the fuck they say. Mom never saw it coming. Yeah, you know why? Because she was my baby would never. The fuck. No.
Cause they not really spending time with their kids
You
like
don't
that
know
to
that.
even know. They got to.
Little
If
Becky
mom
was
never
mad
seen
she
it
couldn't get a
coming.
Bentley, and now all of a sudden everybody got that.
Are there that dare I say what
Go ahead, Harry.
gullible or airheaded that they don't just in denial?
But look at the boy. Look at the boy that was torturing his girlfriend and got out of jail.
Mm-hmm.
Killed his own goddamn parents and her.
I'm
now
sorry,
come
y'all.
on now. Come on now.
Yeah.
You forgiving that motherfucker too?
Who?
You heard what I just said.
I'm forgiving everybody.
I'm not forgiving you. Kill me. I forgive you, but you got to get on. I ain't got to know you. You get gone.
So yeah, that's I guess
No.
that's a. But we already had this kind of. I'm getting the same energy from her right now that we had about the abortion conversation.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So it's just like if
Ooh, she
your
on-
child right was that dude who well let's
Jeffrey Dahmer mama. She just gonna let everything fucking go.
Damn.
The fuck?
I don't even got nothing to say
DC
to that.
sniper
But
mama.
yeah, the dude
No.
the dude in what was it not Roseville over there, Harper Woods.
Yes.
Yeah, and he tortured that girl
He
and got put to
tortured
jail.
that- he
And then
tortured
his
that- yes.
mom is the one that
Who
that-
got
that
it-
They
got him.
got his
Uh-huh.
motherfucker and he killed her.
And he got
ass.
out and killed her.
He
And
killed
his
her,
dad and
the
his
daddy,
girlfriend.
and the
Right.
girlfriend.
Because the mother was taking care of the kid, the
girl. He sided with the girl.
Right, he
So,
sided
but,
with the
but would you have been that mother, right? If your son had abused his girlfriend, right, and did that, would you? And he's
I'm
in
scared
jail.
of this
Do you
answer.
take that girl in now with your grandson?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
I'm
so
taking care of my grandkid.
But I wouldn't have. But here's the thing. I'm
would
not.
you have bailed him out?
Would you
after
got him
that?
out?
No,
I
because
just wondering
because
because
Right,
I'm
right,
trying
right,
to figure it out
right,
because she
right.
already said my baby
Come on
can
now,
do
but
no wrong.
I didn't say my baby can't do any wrong, but what I did say is it's unconditional love period, right? So if my son did something that landed him behind bars, then I'm loving him regardless. I'm gonna come
I'm
and
gonna
see
love you regardless behind
I'm not
bars.
getting your ass
I'm
out.
not getting you out. I'm
not
gonna
getting
come.
you out.
I'm gonna come and visit you. I'm gonna give you inspirational things.
And
to
if you
look
tried to
at.
kill me, I'm not coming to visit you.
I'm putting money on your books. I'm doing all that. You're my child. I understand.
If
I
you
forgive
tried to
you,
kill
right?
me and I'm walking
I
around here
understand.
with
I
less than
forgive
a
you
half of a
because
face because you done shot me, I'm not coming
listen
to
to
get
this
it.
because humans are human, right?
She get
That's
on my
the
nerves with
that's
that.
it.
Some of these
Humans
people are not humans.
Humans
Some
are
of these
human.
people are not humans.
This is a big movie. We all playing our part, right? And somebody has to be a killer. Somebody has to be a rapist. Somebody has to be all of these things. It just happens to be somebody in your family, and so you have to understand that, and you have to be
Taj,
able to
don't laugh. It
forgive
ain't
that,
funny.
right?
And Tay don't get no ideas and shit. While she talking about I'm forgiving everybody and shit.
Well, they know that I'm not, but if they go to jail, then they go to jail, right? But I'm not going to turn my back on you. But you will understand that you have, lessons have to be
don't know
learned.
how to be able. I wouldn't be able to go see you in jail and face your face and look at you as the person who birthed you.
Guess what? It'll be a
carried
lot
you
of
for
crying.
9 months and looking at you like, damn, you tried to take my life. Just staring at you in your face.
Yeah, but
I wouldn't know how to be. I wouldn't know how to feel. I would feel not loved, so I wouldn't want to. You get what I'm saying? Like,
and
I
it's
wouldn't-
okay to feel not loved.
girl. No,
It is. I'm telling you, it is. That sounds crazy. It may. You look.
I thought I married a thug. I married a marshmallow ass.
No, it don't
motherfucker.
have nothing.
This
It's
is
just the
ridiculous.
thing
This
of
is just
learning
ridiculous.
and knowing and getting past.
You can get
getting
past it, but
all
I don't
these
know if I can
things.
look you in your face. That's just like.
Well, don't.
Listen,
right?
that's
Don't.
just like.
But that don't mean that
what's
you have
Tamara
to.
Green.
Uh-huh.
She don't speak to her father no more.
But she's forgiven him, though.
She forgive him, but she don't
right,
speak to
but
him.
she's forgiven him,
But she
though.
don't speak to him.
But she's forgiven him, though. And
The
she
point
said that
is, will you speak to them? That's what I'm
Well,
getting
see,
at.
Then she forgive him for her own peace.
Yes,
Right,
correct. But
exactly,
she don't have
because
to
that's
deal
the
with
only-
him.
because that's
And
who
she
you,
don't deal with him. It's nothing wrong with that.
But that's who you forgive for. You forgive for yourself, right?
Right.
You can't forgive for anybody but for yourself. But once you forgive, then that opens up your heart to understanding. And once you acknowledge I say this all of the time, you have to acknowledge the hurt, right? You have to acknowledge the pain, and then you have to go through the understanding process. Why this person
There
did
is
what they
no
did.
understanding reason
Okay.
of why you are trying to kill your mother, and I have to deal with it.
You don't have to deal with it. That's where everything goes awry. You don't have to deal with it, but you do have to understand it.
I
It's a
understood
part of your
it.
story.
I
It's a
forgave
part of
it,
your
and
journey.
I let it go.
Right, and that's okay.
I'm not coming to see you. I'm not coming to see you. I'm not traveling to Jackson to see you. I'm not traveling to wherever the other prison is. I can't remember. I'm not traveling to see you. I'm not. I might send you a letter praying for you, like, hey, I hope you're doing well in there, but I don't need
you can as a mother, right, or as a parent, period. You don't know what.
This is where she becomes affectionate, I guess.
Yes, this is their affection because
as a parent, the love that you have for your children is something different, and it has to be. To me, it has to be a cold-hearted person to be like, yeah, well, I mean, yeah, they my kids, and I love them now.
Be a cold-hearted person to
listen
kill
to
your
what
parents.
Listen to what I'm saying. Yeah, I love them, and I love them for all of the good and some of the bad. But if they turn against me, you can't.
This person tried to take your life.
A person
that
that's
you birthed.
Your lineage.
Your own
lineage.
personal uterus. And you saying it's okay.
I'm not saying it's okay.
That's damn
not,
near what you're saying.
No, I'm not saying it's okay. What I'm saying is,
All
what
I
I'm
hear
saying
is
is it's
okay.
unconditional. It's not okay. It's not okay. Now, if you telling me I did everything in my power, I saw the signs. I started to, from the beginning, I started to recognize the signs and try to figure it out from the beginning, and something just wasn't right with Johnny, right? Something just wasn't right, and nothing that I did helped him, and he turned around and tried to kill me.
I'm not talking about mental issues because
outside of mental issues, you said that even if they're spoiled brats. You said even if they're spoiled brats,
Yeah.
that's not a mental issue. And you saw that Johnny when you told him to go in his room and you took his phone and you saw him bust the window out, right? And you was like, I don't give a fuck. Bust all the windows out you want to. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, I give a fuck. 'cause
Right,
I got to
but
replace
I'm
them.
saying, but that's what
Just
you're
happened,
saying.
yeah.
But that's what you're saying to him. And then the next time around, you give him what he want again, right? And you keep on doing the spoiled shit. And then
Are you
he
talking
turn-
to yourself right now?
No, because at the end of the day, my kids are gonna be spoiled regardless, right? And but I know how to say no, and they know how to accept no, and always have from
Right.
down to now.
But
right?
there's some kids
That's what I'm
outside of your
right.
kids.
Right,
Let's
that's
not
what
think
I'm
about
saying.
you. Let's not think about
You
your
ju-
parenting.
you just
You're
said-
missing the point.
No, you just said what you just said was, are you talking about yourself? No, because I know boundaries, right? I know how to set boundaries and have and did, right?
Yeah.
What I'm saying to you is a parent who spoiled their child and saw the signs of the answer no and still didn't do anything but continue to give them moving forward. Like, okay,
What about
now
the
they're no longer.
15-year-old?
Listen, you're not letting me complete.
I get what
I'm
you're saying. You
is-
still gonna go see little Johnny in prison and mama
Yeah,
this and mama
no,
that and
because
all that. No, I'm not
listen,
doing it.
because you're at fault, the parent.
How am I at fault?
Because you didn't rectify it in the beginning.
Everything ain't mama's fault. Didn't
But
you
that
read that
would
book?
Be, but that would be.
Did
but
you read that book?
But that would be.
Everything ain't mama's
But
fault.
that would be
for
because if you
a spoiled reason.
yes.
Okay, yeah, because you already knew that your child had anger issues when you told him no. Okay, that is a correction that you have to make. I'm talking
Right.
about outside of that.
Like what?
What? Okay, because the 15-year-old that tore up his mama house.
Right, he was spoiled and he had
She-
mental issues.
Man,
she said that
she should
but
have
she
corrected
said
that
that
when
he-
he was 5 and 6 because I know
He's
she saw it.
14.
He's
she
14.
said he's 6'9", he's 14, and he has mental issues. She said, and typically when he has outbursts like that, she's able to get him locked up. She's able to put him in a children's
And
village.
that's where
and
he
those
needs
are
to be.
right. And those are the things that she does. Right.
Because the
Those
next
are-
time it's gonna be her. I guarantee it.
and do you think that she's not gonna love her son?
I think she's gonna love her son. I didn't say I wouldn't love my kid.
You did.
I said I would not be around my kid. I'm not giving you a chance to kill me. Again, it's not gonna happen.
You said you wouldn't go see him, or you
I
wouldn't
probably
give him
would
no
not.
support.
I probably wouldn't go see him because I probably wouldn't know how to look at a person who tried to take my life. If it was a stranger that tried
You
to kill
would
me,
be
I ain't going to see
worried.
him.
You would be concerned. You
No,
would be
I
wanting to
wouldn't.
know what happened. Why?
No.
Why did you want to kill? You wouldn't.
We would get all that out in court. You know how you get that little session, and you sit there in front of the judge, and you get to ask them questions.
Yeah, but what if they? But so
I'ma
you
write
wouldn't
you a
want
letter
that
if
to
you-
be. You wouldn't
I'll
want
write
that to be
letter
a
if
personal
I'll
thing.
write a letter. If you don't write back, then I understand. I understand. Because right now, I'm just another motherfucker in the street. That's how you treated me because you tried to kill me. That's it. That's all. I'm not. I'm
That's
gonna be
crazy.
grateful for my life. I'm gonna pray that you find the healing that you need in prison. But I'm not. Deal breaker. Don't try to kill your parent. There it is.
Okay, well, we winding down. We have gotten to the last 5 minutes of
I love all
this.
my babies. I love them to death.
You know, we're down to the last 5 minutes of this episode, and so this I'm sweating. You know, I'm ooh, child. So you know, let's what's your final thought profile?
I don't even know.
Don't
what-
try to kill your parents.
That's it right there. Don't love
This is
love
the-
who love you. Love who love you, and if you say this is a deal breaker and it costs you your peace, then let it go. Let it go. If it costs you your peace and your
It's too expensive.
and your happiness, let it go.
Well, for me, my final words is, you know, you can look at deal breakers in all different type of ways. When it comes to relationships, family relationships, business relationships, personal relationships, friendships, you know, parental relationships, all of those things. I just say, stick to it, right? If you say that something is a deal breaker, then let that be it for you, right? As far as kids, and we have to take accountability. We have to be more accountable for the people that we bring into the world, and understanding where they coming from, getting to know them, right, and getting to know them for who they are, and then we wouldn't have to even deal with things like, what if my kid tried to kill me, or things like that. So yeah, that I'm still just blown from that. Like,
Your gears still turning from that
yeah,
kind of part.
yes, because I mean that's a lot. But you know what?
Your kids get grown and they grow up, and they're not the kid that you raised.
You might have to
grown
find
people.
a way to turn this into next week's topic.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how that's gonna be for me, because I'm still kind of reeling from. I got so many things that I want to say behind that. So this probably will be extended to next week. Along with next week, we are going to start doing prank calls. So if you have somebody that you want to prank, send us an inbox and give us some information, some background on what you want us to prank them with. And we are going to start doing prank calls at our 40-minute. So definitely tune in for that. In the meantime, in between time, I am your host, DL Collins, along with my co-host, Profound E.
I'm here.
We out.
Warning. You are now tuned in to 7 Mile